Portland's new street response team is growing. Instead of police officers, this program sends trained mental health workers and paramedics to help the city's most vulnerable on non-emergency calls.
And now the team is adding more members, and they will start covering more ground, expanding from serving neighborhoods in East Portland to serving the entire city. For much more, let's get right to Fox 12's Simon Gutierrez with these new changes we're learning about and if this program that started about a year ago is working so far. Simon?
Yeah, Portland Street Response, which is an arm of the Portland Fire Bureau, will be adding 13 new responders and 4 new response vehicles by the end of March. The early returns on the program's effectiveness are promising. With a 14-year background in clinical social work, Britt Urban has been responding, along with a paramedic, to daily calls for service in East Portland.
Some people just need immediate resources in the moment, and then some people will want that aftercare. And so we will make follow-up contact hopefully within a few days. Cooler full of snacks.
Since Portland Street Response launched in February of 2021, its 2 teams have responded to more than 900 calls, most recently averaging more than 100 calls per month. Dispatched through the 911 call center, they respond to calls for people who may be experiencing mental health issues and people who are down on the street or sidewalk. How do you feel about how it's gone?
I feel really good. We're succeeding. We're succeeding at diverting calls from first responders, and we're succeeding in terms of a good first-rate customer service experience for the individuals that we do interact with.
69% of the people they encounter are experiencing houselessness.
One of the biggest things that we've learned is that some like the basic needs items like water, snacks, that kind of thing can help easily build rapport and help de-escalate a situation.
To track the program's performance, the City of Portland contracted with Portland State University, which conducted a comprehensive review of the first 6 months of service. That initial review found Portland Street Response is meeting its goals of reducing call volumes for other first responders and steering people in need towards services.
So we found that in the first 6 months, the program was able to reach a 4.6% reduction in total calls that police would have traditionally responded to in the PSR service area, things like welfare checks and unwanted persons calls. There we actually see a 22.5% reduction in police response on those types of calls.
Starting March 28th, Portland Street Response will take its services citywide. Initially, responders will be active between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m., 7 days a week, with the goal of expanding to 24-hour coverage by October. Do you get the sense that this model is working?
I do. The one thing we've learned over this year is some of the successes we have may seem minor to some people, but they're big wins for the people we're working with.
And those researchers at Portland State University evaluating Portland Street Response's performance recommend expanding the program's call criteria to include calls inside homes and calls involving suicide. Right now, those calls are being handled by the Portland Police Bureau. Reporting live in Northeast Portland, Simon Gutierrez, Fox 12 Oregon.